All right, here we go. Do we have Tyrus or not? We don't know. We may have the great Tyrus from Fox News Channel and from wrestling. And do we have him yet or not? We don't have him yet. Okay, or I would see him. All right, I'm debating what to wear here. Should I start with, he works for Billy Corgan's Wrestling. Should I start with Zuzu's? That's an original. Billy Corgan's, oh, wow. Jerry Only is calling. Jerry from the Misfits. Jerry, how are you? How are you, brother?
You're breaking up on me.
No, it's Mankow.
Yeah, no, I know.
I got Tyrus on my podcast tonight.
Oh, very cool. Tell him I said hey.
I will. I got to jump on here, but I want to call you back.
Okay, call me later.
Okay, love you, pal.
I love you too, pal.
All right. Jerry Only from the legendary Misfits there. What's the other hat I could wear to get ready for this Tyrus interview? I got, William Patrick Corgan. His DJ name is DJ White Shadow. And then, of course, I got this. And, we were just talking to Tyrus, so I assume it's going to happen. And if not, well, we'll take your calls and your comments. And there's a lot going on in the world, man. There is a lot going on in the world. And you can jump on here and comment and talk to us. We are all the way live here on a Mankow Monday night. This is the Lion's Den. I hope you knew that before you tuned in. This is where the angels and the devils fight, and they're choosing up sides tonight. Me, I'm part man, part monkey, part mystery, and the angels and the devils are playing tug of war with my personality. You may have heard about a certain disgraced so-and-so that has been charged with doing something really horrific to, a senior citizen, almost a senior citizen woman. This is a false prophet, in my opinion, that has, for some reason, taken a special liking to me in a very creepy way. And the truth will set me free and will set those of us free. I still believe in truth, although it seems like it is seriously under attack right now, and I'm sure you feel the same way. Any work on anything you can tell me, Ralph, because I don't know whether to move on or Tyrus moved mountains to get here with us. I'd love to get him on. So
yeah, they're just switching phones. They're just switching phones right now, and they're going to be back on. All
right, and all apologies. And if people want to contact us, how can they contact us?
They can go to mankow.net, and that has all of your contacts there. It has email, or they can.
But if they want to comment here right now,
they can comment right here on Rumble, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.
No. So I got Roger Stone on Japanese TV on a big show, a show that I've done a lot. And I'm usually on for 15, 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes. He was on for an hour and 45 minutes, and it is the talk of Japan. And after it aired, within, I want to say 45 minutes, they took it down. They banned it in Japan for medical disinformation. And then they cut all the medical talk out about COVID and what we went through and what the Japanese went through. And then they put it back up with 5-10 minutes missing. And within about 5 minutes, it was banned again. And now they won't tell them why. But these people have a different view than I do. Japan is like excited. These TV people are excited in Japan because they've never been banned. And I'm like, it's not a good thing. Are you kidding? All of Japan is talking about this interview that you helped us set up, Mankow. And we're going to have twice as many people now. This is great. It's not the way I feel about censorship. When you get up to 2 million views and you get censored, you get 277,000 views and you get censored, it really ain't cool. So, all right. Anyway, there he is, Tyrus.
Hey, what's up, boss? How are you?
Oh, man, I love it. You see the hat?
Yes, sir.
I had other choices. I
wear a lot of hats too, so I get it.
Well, look, no, do you know this one?
WPC, William P. Corgan, or
and then there's this one.
Zuzu, yes,
the tea shop.
The tea shop, yes.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that boss of yours, Billy Corgan?
I love his weirdness.
Yeah,
he's an artist, but he got a little bit of hood in him, so I like that about him.
He is.
I think he'd be a great consigliere in any mafia movie.
Well, he is kind of that to me.
Yeah.
I go to him for all advice, and I can't explain. People do not understand the guy, and I think I don't know.
That's
It took
the
me.
point.
You think?
That's the point. You can't. He's one of those guys. If we go back through history, there will be a William P. Corgan in every major historical event, sitting in the corner somewhere, knowing the finish to the story. Like he's just that guy.
Are you in Australia with him?
No.
I know
I'm in the States.
He's taking some of the fighters with him.
No, I had as you know, wearing a lot of hats. We got a lot of day jobs, and tours are few and few. And I'm in the middle of I had a stand-up comedy tour. We just had the pay-per-view 312 in Chicago, and of course, my regular Fox duties and stuff. And then on top of that, I've been fighting a pretty bad case of walking pneumonia for like the last 3 weeks. But we finally got it. Looks like we got it figured out today, so that's the good news.
I saw you twice, or I saw wrestling twice in Chicago, and I think NWA is really onto something big, and you and I kind of know behind the scenes stuff, but there's really big stuff coming for NWA, and you're a really big part of it. And I know Billy loves you, and I'm a fan, and I love you on Fox News Channel. Excited to hear you're taking over for Tucker. Can we make the announcement?
Yeah. Okay.
You would take the gig though, wouldn't you? Come on.
You know what, man?
Yeah.
I have found best in life to stay in your lane and take the avenues that present you. Jump, don't roads, don't count. What does it say? Wisdom is now counting chickens till they're already laying eggs in your house. So
yeah,
it's you hate to see change anywhere. Don Lemon, Tucker, Dan, just it changes. It's unfortunate. It's a business we live in. It's entertainment. And but you always want to wish everybody well, and things always kind of work out. They're all great. And I don't agree with a lot of Don Lemon stuff, but at the end of the day, 17 years in anything is still an accomplishment. So
Lemon is
I
out
wish
as well.
them all the best.
My
you know it better than I do it.
Yeah.
We're all getting fired.
I've been fired a lot. My office was right near Gutfeld's, and with Woody Frazier was the guy running my show, and I had a great time, and we got good ratings.
Yep.
And
I was a big fan.
I know, and I got to tell you, it really meant a lot to me because I'm at your event, and you're a humble guy, and look, I'm sitting here doing a stupid podcast, but I did it for a long time, and I'm there as a fan
at a high level
of yours. Yeah, thank you. But I'm there as a fan of yours, and everybody's there as a fan of yours. And for you to say, I'm a big Mankow fan, it meant a lot to me and made me feel good, and I appreciate it. There was a lot of people there to see you wrestle. There was a lot of big-time people there, as you know. And I please don't use a name, but I brought a big media hoo-ha, and you shook his hand. I said, that's the guy. Who did I say he hired? Como. He hired. That's the guy that hired Chris Como. And you go, oh. which made him laugh and made us all laugh. But how did I broke Jimmy Hart's leg. His bone went through his leg. I did some WWE. I did some WWF, some gimmicky stuff. It is real. It is real. Yes, I mean, whatever people know at this point what it is.
It's simulated combat. It is what it is, and anybody.
But you put yourself through hell, is what I want to say.
We have fake news. We don't have fake wrestling. So and anyone who's willing to try it, I'd say try it once, and your questions will be answered.
Well,
but,
they had to put me on oxygen.
Yeah, you know what? But I always respected that about you because whenever you did get into stuff, you treated everything with respect and dignity and passion, and that's what made it work. So and when you have that, I mean, and celebrities being in wrestling goes all the way back to we had Muhammad Ali getting airplane spin by Gorilla Monsoon, and Liberace dancing with the showgirls at WrestleMania. So it's a long staple tradition, and it's always great.
Rocky with Hulk Hogan, man.
Yep.
Rocky with Hulk Hogan. I really think what NWA is doing right. It's the same reason. I'm sorry you're fighting this cold. I will have you again on a healthier day. But look, Dancing with the Stars is a dance contest. American Idol is a singing contest, and NWA is the villains twirl their mustaches, and there's bad guys and good guys, and they fight. And Tyrus, I'm so stupid at those live shows. And I just have the best fun at these pay-per-views with Billy. But country gentlemen, they're no gentlemen. Raph, get in there.
Not even a little bit.
For God's sakes. They are not
Yeah,
gen-
they're not
How
gentlemen.
can they call themselves gentlemen? And I have an
It's a
absolute problem with
quandary.
it.
No, you know what? I'm glad you brought it up
Yeah.
because I mean, if you're going to be a gentleman and wish for a tie of some sort,
Yeah.
match,
Yeah.
something gentleman match. Two of them.
Do you-
They should
do
be
you
the
prefer-
the country riffraff? Be a
Do
better.
you prefer being the heel or the good guy? What's more fun?
You know what? It depends on my mood, and
Yeah.
I've always said that the audience doesn't tell me, I tell them, and that's something that Dusty Rose and I would joke about all the time. I'll walk out if I'm having a bad day, and I feel like getting some booze. I'm gonna do it because wherever you go, you work on the East Coast, they might love you. You go to the West Coast, they might hate you. But when you're running the show, you call it things. But it depends. Like I said, some days I like my booze. Right now, I'm liking my cheers. I like when they hate to love me. I think that's probably my favorite thing is when they're smiling and they want to boo, but it's part of the show. And the fact that the crowd is the key. You feed off them, they feed off you, and however we go, then so be it. I never understood that. How guys were like, "Oh, I got to be this and I got to be that." You just got to get them to care about what you're doing, and everything else falls into place.
Do you care about all the old wrestling shows? The screw job of Bret Hart and the love life of
life is
the Savage? No,
because here's the thing: whether it's wrestling, you're a lawyer, a doctor, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're going to be in the profession, if you're going to have a camera on you, it typically never ends well for anyone. Very few of us get to say, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to retire today. And even when we want to retire, it's not always us retiring. They say, here's what we're going to do for you, bro. We're going to let you retire.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be fired. So that's the nature of the beef. It all ends bad. It never ends good. Unless you end it the way you want to. And very few of us get to do that. So bad things happen. But if you look at the body of work, if you look at what I consider probably had the greatest catchphrase ever given by Gorilla Monsoon, the excellence of execution. There was probably never a better guy in terms of just the work, the smoothness in the ring of Bret Hart. And the last thing I would think of with his matches would be the thing with him and Shawn Michaels. I still think of his great when the Hart Foundation was amazing. The buckles hard buckles he would take every night. Him and Piper's feud was his big coming out party.
Hang on. Tyrus.
I love his work with
Tyrus.
Stone Cold.
Tyrus, hang on a minute. Hey, Mark, how are you? Mark.
You gonna be in Japan in May?
Well, I want to be in Japan in May, but quickly, I'm on my podcast right now with the great Tyrus, and this guy did a little movie called The Passion of the Christ. Can you say when your Ronald Reagan movie with Randy Quaid is coming out, or is it Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid.
Either Quaid is good.
I love them both. When is your Dennis Quaid Reagan movie going to be out?
I will make the announcement in about a month.
This year? Can we see it this year?
In about a month, I'm going to make a big announcement.
How good is it?
It's way beyond what I expected.
You set the table. You said Passion of Christ, so he set the table pretty high.
Well, he set the table pretty high. I mean, Reagan is not Jesus, but pretty close to conservative. So this is Mark Joseph, who did Passion of the Christ. Mark, I'm on this podcast. Can I call you back?
Yeah, I'll talk to you.
Thanks for adding some goodbye. Yeah, thanks for adding some star power. Hey, Jerry only called. He wanted me to say hi to you.
Oh, I love
the
him.
Misfits.
Thanks for all the gifts.
Yeah.
Thank him for the gifts.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's just the greatest gift giver. Skateboards, action figures, T-shirts.
Oh, I know. I got them all. I got it all behind me.
On somewhere.
I pushed Vince McMahon. He said, "What do you want? Anything. What do you want?" And I said, "I want to have dinner with George Animal Steel."
Oh, great call. I would have done that too.
So they flew in George Animal Steel, and there's this guy talking to me the entire time. I'm a big fan of yours. What's your gimmick? I'm a handsome wrestler. Who gives a shit? Yeah, I'm a handsome wrestler. Well, it's an old gimmick. Whatever. What's your name? Rocky Maivia. Oh, okay. And I just could not have been ruder to him. I wanted to hang out with George Animal Steel.
Great actor, by the way.
Oh, it was great. And
great
anyway, the other guy was
one of the great method actors of all time.
Yeah. And was a suit, right? Was a suit at WWE.
Yep.
Behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Has that great movie. I think it was Johnny Depp. And he had
Ed
that
Wood.
great black and white movie.
Yeah.
Gedwood, yeah.
I did think
those old school guys were talented.
I did think all of them had a certain charm. The Ultimate Warrior was not fun to be around. I loved Macho Man. Hulk was great. I still don't know if Bob Backlund was playing me or he was out of his farting mind.
No, he's legit. That's what he is. That's who he is. You don't make that up. Nope.
I asked for an autograph and he gave me a math problem. You've got to do a math problem first. I said I don't want the autograph.
Yeah, because he's Bob Backlund, as you should.
So
you should have did your math.
What's next? Is he alive? Is Bob Backlund
alive?
Bob
Backlund, I believe. Yeah, Bob's probably gonna live till he's 600. I mean, the man's in phenomenal shape. If he's passed, I don't believe so. My mind's usually pretty on top of those type of things.
Scott Hall is gone, right? Scott Hall is gone.
Yes, that was.
I was a fan of his. And yet, Jake the Snake is with us. God is humorous. God has a sense of humor. All right, Tyrus, what's next?
Oh man, I'm just like I said. I got my comedy shows. I just finished this weekend in Houston, and I got a big show in Biloxi coming up, and we got a whole tour. We're in North Carolina, South Carolina. Where else we at? Gulf Shores. Like we got 10 hours.
Chicago.
We're working on it. That's one of the reasons I was out there at the pay-per-view. We're looking for spots. We got a pretty solid tour this summer. We're going to be in Montana, California. They're filling up.
Brother, I can get that done for you.
Oh well, then I will introduce you to my producer and manager. Well, you met my wife, so you know.
God, she is really hot.
Well,
sorry.
She's also no. Go ahead. Hey,
I don't want to get my ass kicked. She's beautiful.
Oh
woman.
no, it's all right. She won't hit you for telling her she's hot.
Rick Geezer at Zany's. Rick Geezer has, we got in. We've gotten in all of them.
Yeah, we do.
Who did we do? We did Ross and the King, and they do very well at the Zany's in Chicago. These wrestling things, and it's the same. It's doing comedy and telling stories.
My thing's I do a stand-up comedy show. It's absolutely nothing to do with wrestling, and we do about our venues are anywhere between 500 and 900, something like that. We sell out. We do big shows. So
let's do it.
I keep it very different. Wrestling is different. Like if you went to my comedy show, you're not going to get a lot of. You get some jokes, but you won't get a lot of wrestling references. Just like at my wrestling shows, you don't get a lot of political points.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm going to make this happen. We'll get you at Zany's out at Rosemont, one of the most beautiful comedy clubs on earth. We'll sell it out. All I'll take is 10% of the door. Okay, and I also want a little cut of the drink action, but we'll make this all come together.
Hey, like I said, I'm easy. I'm not the one you got to convince.
All right, Tyrus. I just could not be. I just couldn't like you anymore. I'm sorry you got a cough.
And, it's all right.
He's a wonderful guy.
It was, 6 weeks of tough and go. They didn't know what it was. We thought maybe I had a ticker issue, but it wasn't. It turns out I just, I had a walking pneumonia that kind of got stuck in my chest, and eventually no one knew what it was, and they thought it was a million other ththings, and we finally found it. So now we're getting it out of there. So I should be back to 100% pretty soon.
You have this NW. I mean, come on, the 5, of course, or your Fox thing that you do. Gutfeld, and the NWA is only the beginning, man. It's you got your best days are ahead of you.
And we're running hard. That's the only way to do it. All or nothing.
Great family. Take care of them. Love you. Let's start the show. Little precursor here. Let's start this thing. Let's go. I think we're ready now. It was tough getting them on, but we got them on. And let's do the little intro thing, and then I'll shoot my mouth off. We'll say goodbye to Tyrus, and when he's in your. Live. Hi, it's Mankow. So I'm at Boca Burger in a gas station, in a bowling alley, and it's these Korean guys, great burger, and they're selling the 25 cent, is it even 25 cents? I don't know, the Costco water for something like $2, and I just can't do it. You know that feeling where you don't mind being screwed over, you don't mind paying a lot, and then it's just like, nah, it's too much. No, I won't do it. So I had burgers and all kinds of spicy stuff, and I just refused to spend $2 for a little thing of Costco water that you can get for 25 cents. Am I a jerk? Don't answer that. And what else did I want to talk? Oh, yeah, my wife with the Costco sample people. My wife does this. Does your wife do this? Do you do this? Oh, hi, yeah. She starts conversations with them. Like she really gives a shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is, now what is this? Oh, Korean beef jerky, huh? Now, how's that different from, come on! What are you doing? Because they give you a couple of rice puffs. You don't need to make friends with them. Oh, this is, this is prune juice. Oh, they don't call it prunes anymore. I am going to give $100 to 10 people. And how's that going to work? You're going to contact me on Instagram. It's very hard to contact me on Instagram. You should follow me on Instagram. I'm going to show you what that looks like. And it's very tough to find me because it wasn't mutual. Tucker was fired. Deep stated. He went after the World Health Organization, the New World Order, the deep state, the CIA. You know what I'm talking about? That's my Instagram feed. Anyway, I'm taking a picture of it. Let me show you because I'm telling you, they make it impossible to find me by design. But this is what it looks like. If you can find that, and you won't be able to find it, but if you can find that, you can find me. And I'll tell you what I'm doing. Well, it's a $100 giveaway, okay? And I'm doing it times 10. So 10 people. I got my boys over here. I got a crowd with me. One of the guys that won a contest and came over here today said, hey, when do I get to come back? I said, well, we'll talk about it. He said, don't forget, I know where you live. And I heard, it wasn't funny. Not funny to me. Very creepy to me. And I don't think he meant anything, but yeah. And then that one guy would not eat. I made a beautiful dinner. I worked for several days on this dinner. I brought everything back from Japan. Very special. And he didn't take one bite of it. I think maybe he thought I was going to poison him. Did you see the guy in Germany that he wanted to be eaten alive and they ate his genitals and then he killed him? But he wanted to be, and there was no law in the books against cannibalism. This is madness. This world is just crazy. Anyway, we have a theater in this place here, Muller Manor. Tonight we're watching Christopher Lambert, Fortress. Last night I watched Chloe, a Liam Neeson movie, Chloe. The night before, I watched a movie I didn't know it existed. It was really quite good. A 2010 prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing. Have you seen that? A female version. Well, it's the female lead. And a prequel. Yes, you watched it because you're the one that told me about it. It's on your feed on Netflix.
That was a prequel.
That's a prequel to yes.
Was it?
Yes.
It was shot later. Okay.
No, it was shot in 2010,
Yeah.
and John Carpenter's was in the 80s. Yes, but it's a prequel. Anyway, I got this from a fan of the show. Says I gotta have this. It's from a guy named Robert Chase, and it's King Crimson because I do like my prog rock. Okay, I was with Ron Onesti, and we went to see at his theater. We went to see Adam the Magician, but we also saw. This is from Onesti. We also went to see Joe Perry. I cannot look at him. He's so ugly. I was backstage. I couldn't look at him. He's so ugly. Joe Perry from Aerosmith, Gary Sharon lead singing, and Chip's Enough opening. And Chip did a real bullshit thing to some friends of mine, a lot of my friends. And that was, you need an album. Hey, what's your name? Michael what? Michael Webdell? Okay, there you go. Hey, that's $50. And he did it to many people. And Chip, I mean, we all need Do, Re, Mi, I get it. But Chip, my friends come to see you. We buy tickets. Hey, you need this. Hey, you need my new album. Okay, here, you got to have this. People didn't even have record players. What's your name? Dewey? D-E-W-E-Y? Okay, here you go. $50. And people are walking to go, they're like, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Not right, Chip. Jerk move, Chip. I'll tell you, it's not only Michelle that flies high. Something else flies high, Chip. This is for you, for what you did to my friends. Okay. $100 per movie selected that I watch. New movies that I've never seen. Now, I like 80s movies, but I think I've exhausted all of them. I was into C. Thomas Howell's Secret Admirer, and I went, no, I've seen this. I have seen this. Let me just tell you that I've seen Boondock Saints. Everywhere I go. Once a week. Hey, have you ever seen Boondock Saints? Yeah, and I didn't love it. Sorry. Everybody thinks I'm going to love Boondock Saints. I know. $100, Instagram, suggest a movie. If I watch it, if I like it, I will get you $100. Okay? Yeah. My friend's son wants to be a Disney princess. Think they'll let it happen? My friend's son, Tom, wants to be a Disney princess. And if not, maybe we'll get Mark Roth, the lawyer, to sue them. Right? Why can't he be a princess, his son? Come on, Disney! Everything they touch turns to shit. So I thought the first 2 seasons of Picard were lame. I thought this last season of Picard was pretty good. The final episode, The Final Frontier, what was it called? The Last Generation. What was it called? The Last Generation, I think. Yeah. They all said goodbye and played cards. It was nice to see him. Worf came off. God, he's a stud, man. He's a stud. For the first time in 75 years, Bud has been banned from Oktoberfest. I saw a movie with Joaquin Phoenix. Love that actor, right? Joaquin Phoenix. The movie is called Beau is Afraid. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, and it's over 3 hours, and it is horrible. And everybody acts their ass off, and it's just a horrible movie. And I want to have a very serious moment with you, if I may. And this is no Mankow. This is no Eric. This is no id. This is no ego. This is everything cast aside. My mask of theater, my mask of radio, my mask of podcasting, my mask of play. Everything removed. As naked and as raw as I can be. And I've had people say to me, have you noticed things are different since COVID? Are people different? Is it me or are people weird lately? And I hear this every once in a while. And I go to see Beau is Afraid. And a guy lifts up the arms of the chairs. And he lays down. He lays down with 3 seats in the theater. And he's scrolling. I hate this. I'm not kidding you. And I'm looking at him like, hey, are you serious? I get up and I move. It's an assigned seat theater, AMC Village Theater. And I move to another seat, and there's a well-dressed Asian man. And I can time it in my head. What is going on? So I move again. And I'm thinking, I don't want people, I'm moving during the movie. And I want people to think I'm some kind of creep, that I'm going to do something, that I'm going to shoot up the place or something. And I move, and there's an Asian guy now, another Asian guy, well-dressed, next to me, just digging his finger in his nose. I'm like, hey, are you serious? I can't stop looking. Stop. And I get up and I move all the way to the front and I sit down. And I walk out and there's people in their pajamas, like laying on the benches. And there's a brother dancing. I don't know what's going on. There's men and women not communicating, looking at their phones. Mrs. Marvel is an obese African-American woman. The next poster is an African-American Little Mermaid. The next poster is an African-American Spider-Man. No, I mean, I know these characters. I don't care if anyone's African-American. Oh, it's out there. I have a stack of comic books I want to show, but I'm not going to go get them. But there's black characters in the Iron Man series that I grew up with. Lots of Marvel characters were black that were great. Why Spider-Man and the Little Mermaid forget if you're in a skin color that you're a racist. Don't put that on me. It's not about that. But have people forgotten how to act in public? Do I need to go get mental help? Because, my friends, maybe you've been with me for a long time. There is nothing in my life There is nothing in my birth. There is nothing in my background. I've been all over the world. And maybe one of you will relate to me. Please let me know. You can contact me the best through Instagram. Growing up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, for that moment, I was on another planet. I didn't recognize this world. There was nothing human or nothing I could, and I grew up on this planet. Dancing? Have you seen it? It is like The Walking Dead. I'm at City Winery with a real estate person that works with David Hochberg, with a public relations man named Michael Webdell, with Bob Fioretti and some other people. Bob Fioretti's a local politician. And I'm listening. And they say, well, maybe things will be okay. Maybe things will be okay under Brandon Johnson. Yeah, I got high hopes. And I'm listening. And mismanners and etiquette. And I care about these things. I care how to act. I don't lay down in a theater and I love the people that just eat and the food just drops out. Disgusting. And I broke every bit of etiquette. Well, maybe Brandon, Brandon lives here too. The new mayor of Chicago is Brandon Johnson, if you don't know. And I said, are you crazy? Are you people out of your mind? Bob, you spent more money per vote than anyone in the history of Chicago. Nobody voted for you. Nobody wants what you're selling. They don't want Republican. They don't even want Democrat. They don't even want Truman Democrat. They want communism. Your property taxes are being jacked up. Look at what's going on. Your wives are going to be raped. You're going to be killed. Sell your houses. My entire life, I've heard Detroit is coming back. And I went when I was maybe 10. I drove up from Kansas City. And then I've gone back a few times. I was there last year. It's a shithole. It ain't ever coming back. Well, it's coming back. We really want business to come back. They don't ever come back. They're all leaving Chicago. Everybody's leaving. Well, I got $1.5 million in my house, so, I got to be careful. You won't get $100,000. I've seen the shit that walks up and down your street. Run! Run! It's over! And one friend of mine, and I love her. You're a piece of shit. You're very pessimistic. She's Russian. You're a piece of shit. You're very optimistic. We're just optimistic. Optimistic? I'm optimistic. I'm happy. But you're stupid. It's over, guys. It is Detroit. The businesses aren't coming back. Now is the time. You're never going to get more for your house than you are now. It ain't coming back, guys. Yeah, no, Brandon doesn't give a shit about the city. He doesn't care about his people. 1 in 20. 1 in 20 in the schools. 1 in 20 African Americans are at grade level. 1 in 20. And even he didn't want to keep grades at all. The Communist Teachers Union is running things. Well, he wouldn't want the city to burn. Yes, he wants it to freaking burn to the ground. They cheer every dead cop, I believe. The kids that were jumping up and down and beating people, pulling people out of their cars, tourists from Minneapolis, beating the shit out of them for no reason, beating up that one woman because she was white. And what do they need? Well, more programs. Wake up. It ain't coming back. Do you feel safe going downtown? Do African Americans feel safe in their neighborhoods? This is what they wanted. But yet they didn't get out and vote. Not enough of us got out and voted. So here we go. Before I go to this Plains Theater, I've been going to this place called the New Soul Korean restaurant, Korean barbecue, family owned, 23 years in business. It's a little hole in the wall, but really delicious. What's it called? I wrote it down. New Seoul Korean Displays. So check it out. So, look, I got more stories than the Sears Tower. No, I don't say Willis Tower. I say Sears, and I say Lakeshore Drive. Whatever it is, I don't even give a shit. Did I mention that driver's ed and sex ed was in the same car where I grew up in Suicide Falls? I mentioned that. Did I mention that all women are bi? Some are bisexual, but all are bipolar, except for my mother. No, she was she was bipolar, but my wife, my daughters, anyone you love, they're not. But that's a sexist statement, isn't it? The next book that I write, I'm thinking part 2 of my life story, destitute, but not dissolute. Look it up. Anyway, this is a rough time. Today we took a real blow. I had a conversation with Tucker. I had a conversation with someone that may get Tucker. Everybody says this is a good thing. Oh, Tucker, my wife. Oh, Tucker will do a podcast. I got more censorship here than I ever had on the radio. And they can wipe you out with a click of a button. Well, you can do a Joe Rogan deal. Joe Rogan is very censored, folks. And you saw how they tried to destroy him when he didn't go, down the party line like everybody else. The rest are rhinos, as far as I'm concerned. The rest are party first, not people first, not you and I first. Never been a party person. I'm a people person. I didn't understand how the big government or Obama was a problem when it was cheered on under Bush. I hated Bush's big government as much as I hated blah blah's big government. I want to be left alone. I want to be left alone. I don't want to be arrested because I collect rainwater, or I don't want to get shot up like cattle with lots of drugs. You know what I mean? I want borders. I think it's okay that you have to show an ID before you vote. So, yeah. But like midget urinals, we got to keep on our toes. I got a job offer. Big company. Many stations. I still think it may have been a joke. The sad thing is I don't think so. I could tell you the other names I say they've got. Some big names, and it breaks my heart. And again, I still feel like I was on candid camera. It can't be real. Listen closely to my job offer. We need you to read for 3 hours. And when we want to record you for 3 hours. And then AI will do the rest. You'll have new shows every day, and you never have to come to work. And Mankow will be the star of one of our stations. It's actually a station that I like right now. I actually like the program director, which never happens. Oh, they're all gone. Hundreds of people replaced by 10. Hundreds of people. Well, would I get paid for the robot version of me? Well, we'll pay you for the 3 hours. What? Everything you're saying is against everything I stand for. I wouldn't let my people hear a robot version of me, a fake version. I wouldn't lie to them. Oh, no, it'll sound emotional. It's going to sound like you. I know that they put up a Joe Rogan, right? Didn't they put up a Joe Rogan that was fake and nobody knew? Times have changed. I'm going to fight for humanity. I'm going to continue to pray. I hope you'll pray. You can't worry about anything. You have to pray for everything. Pray on everything. Good wins, God wins. You must remember that. I'm going to be going on an archaeological dig in Peru where we are looking for alien artifacts. And I've got some other exciting things. Anthony Michael Hall will be joining us. Next week, we're going to go behind the scenes of my arch enemy. You're not going to want to miss it next week when Jackie the Joke Man. We're going to tell some jokes, but we'll also go behind the scenes of a radio show that he was on that I destroyed. It never beat me in ratings, talking about the Stern Show. I called him the coward. Piece of shit, piece of shit. Times have changed. Be strong. Committed commie liberal son of a bitches are now praising Rupert Murdoch for firing my friend Tucker Carlson. Multinational pharmaceutical companies are thrilled. The U.S. is sending hundreds of billions of dollars worth of our money to Ukraine, where bioweapons are made. And if you believe some of the videos, children are raised in factory farms. Have you seen any of these videos? What do you make of them? Again, reach out to me at Instagram. Love, respect. Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time. I hope you found it rewarding. I really had a strong, real time with you tonight. And as my beloved mother used to say, as she would smoke a cigarette, remember those heavy phone receivers? Maybe after she just bashed me in the head with that. As she'd say, shut up. Brother, you got a dance partner.
You got to come on.